goes. All right, we should be live very, very soon in the places to be. You know, it takes a little while to show up. Hang in there, Mr. piKE. I can hear you, but they can't. We are live on Facebook right now, and in a hot second, we should be live on Roku TV. And you know, my good people, I like to wait for that too. We are live on TV because I'm looking at it right now, which means we are live on GrindCity.biz and the Grind City TV mobile app, plus YouTube, and of course, Facebook. My good people, that is where the people like to chat to us. So if you're watching us on Facebook, my good people, y'all know that I do not do favors, which means I will not ask you for one, but I do good business, so I asked you, my good people, let's do some good business and hit the share buttons, because sharing is caring. I am not your average CEO. Did you guys miss me? Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since you seen me last. I know, it's beautiful chocolate. I get it, I understand. Man, when I tell you, I'm super excited today because, oh boy, we done got some folks from across the pond on the GoLiveTv show today. I'm going to let him introduce himself when we come back, but you know, before we do anything, we must pay our bills and properly identify ourselves. So, without further ado, let's get into what we came here to do, and that is go live on TV. We'll be right back. I am not your average CEO. Grind City, baby.
Hey, shout out to you.
The brother on the line. We're gonna do black today. I had it white, but since we got piKE Black here, I'm gonna put the black side up, my good people. That's how we do it over here at Grind City. What's up, piKE Black? How you feeling, man?
A very good evening to you, Kay. Thank you very much. I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Oh, man. My absolute pleasure. So we're going to give you an opportunity because you can introduce you way better than I can. So, my good man, please, by all means, tell people just a little bit about you, where you're from, and what you do. Let's go.
Right. I'm a music producer and an artist from London, UK. I was born and bred half of my life in Uganda, which is in East Africa. I was born in the capital, Kampala, and moved to the UK over 20 years ago. And I am currently pursuing my music career seriously. And yeah,
Seriously.
this is today with K live on air. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Look, let's get into this now because when I read your bio, I'm like a Ugandan-born British rapper / songwriter, and I'm going, well, wait a minute. Isn't being from Uganda a different nationality than being British or being from London? So, can you please a little bit explain to us if there is a difference and why you chose to say you're British and not African?
Well, there is no difference. I got dual nationality. I was born in Uganda and still have, family back there. I moved to the UK to pursue, an education and hopefully a better life. At the time, there were a lot of problems going on back home. We've had a lot of civil wars, and so life was pretty tough. Yeah. My parents did their best. At about 19 years of age, my elder sibling, my sister, eventually, got me into college over here, and that's how my journey to the UK came about. 3 years later, I was offered citizenship, and I signed up for dual nationality. So I'm glad to say I am British and Ugandan.
That is dope, man. That is dope. And not to take anything from us spoiled Americans, but a lot of us don't understand how important dual citizenship is. That you have the right to be free and comfortable in two different lands.
Sure.
We don't realize how important that is because, again, we're spoiled Americans and we think this is the best place in the world until you go to a better place. First of all, I just like to salute the higher powers for getting you out of a dangerous situation and keeping you here with us so that we can hear what you bring to the world, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful music. So you started this as a hobby.
Right.
When did you get serious, like I really know I can do this?
Yeah. Right. When I first moved to the UK, first of all, music's always been, around me. My dad loved music. He had his, little stash of records. He used to listen to the likes of Tina Turner and things like that. So when I was born, this was near the end of the Idi Amin regime. I had a lot of music around me, but it didn't really, start for me until I got to the UK. It was 3 years after I got here. I had a cousin, a few cousins of mine that were doing music at the time, and one of them was at the top of his game. As a garage artist, old school garage. This is sort of, 2000, early 2000, through there. So I got introduced to a lot of producers that I used to work with, in the underground. At the time, I had a full-time job because, I was here on my own, whole new experience, paying bills and stuff like that. I had two jobs running. One was a full-time job that ran from 9 to 5, and the other was a weekend job. So, most of my life was just work and work, uh, trying to get to university. So music was really a hobby, started as a hobby. And I got into music production, first of all.
Let's talk about that. Now, you know, when I see rapper slash songwriter, I kind of get gooey. I get excited, right? Because we think just because we're rappers, we're automatically songwriters, right? No, I can write my song. I can write
No.
my song, right? A songwriter can write someone else's song. So let's talk about songwriting for a moment. Is that something that you do because you feel a song, or can you songwrite on demand?
Um, it's something I do. Songwriting started, when first of all, when I first got into, the music scene, I used to attend a lot of shows, and we initially formed a group called Catch 22. That was the early 2000s, and we were based in South London. So it was a rap group. Did a bit of performed in a few places here and there, but the whole thing sort of died out 3 years after that. So in 2012, I was sort of into music production now, and I had this young bunch of artists
Yeah.
that I knew from the community, very good artists. So being a music producer and just banging out beats and stuff like that, I used to write for myself.
Yeah.
So these artists needed, polishing. So I helped them. That's
Yeah,
how.
you kind of got to, right? Because when you have those young cats in the studio, they're looking up to you. You're the great one, right? You're
Of
the
course.
great one. We got people on Facebook right quick. We want to give a shout out to Durr. What's up, Durr? That's your management. We got Romaine on here. We got Miss Blue radio show. We need to hook you up with her. Her show dope too. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook, Grind City TV, Roku. Thank you for watching there, grindcity.biz and the Grind City TV mobile app and Twitter and YouTube. Hey, we're doing a whole daggone thing. Anywho, back to you, my good brethren. We got to give our shots out, fam. We got to give it to them. So you got into this music production. You have the young cats in the building, and they're looking up to you. And then you started doing what? Because I see you have a album that you kind of released, Buried to Rise. That was kind of later in your journey, but what was that all about?
Right. In 2014, I had a small, mishap. I contracted viral meningitis.
Ooh.
At this time, I was sort of in the final year at university, so I had to pull out. I was in a coma for a while, and I went through a lot of stuff, mentally,
Yeah.
physically, and when I recovered, 2 months later, it took me a whole 3 years, sort
Wow.
of 3, 4 years to accept what is. And, I was fighting with myself. I lost my vision. I was blind for about 2 weeks, totally blind. Luckily, I managed to, and they managed to recover one of my eyes. I lost most of my hearing. And
Wow, that had to be tough, making music and can't hear. I have that problem still to this day, self-inflicted, too much loud music in my car, but it does hurt when you're trying to produce music and you can't hear things properly. How did you find the strength and courage? Because that's what it takes to say, you know what, I can still do this.
Yes. During the 4 years, I had enough time to find myself again, to accept myself, and to try and move on. Luckily, I had, support of my family, my partner and my son. I also discovered that music was more than just a hobby. It's actually a gift. Having gone through a lot, in the music scene before, being my first performance, why I got into music production, why I started writing. And I felt, in the 4 years, I changed a lot. I thought about a lot of things, and I realized music was the only gift that I had, immediate gift.
So you had to use it. You just had to use it.
Pull me out of that and just get me back out here.
Absolutely.
So it's a passion. It comes from the heart.
Yes, that's it. It's a passion, and when you have that overstanding of it, it's something we could do. Yeah, it's something we can make money of it. Yeah, it's something we can create. But when you have a passion for it, like I quit music every day, but I make music almost every day. I don't make it for other people. I make it for myself because it is a passion. Speaking of music, we're going to get into some of your music. Let's get into this video, Can't Play Like This. Now, did you produce this song, and who made the video?
Now, this Can't Play Like This was a song I wrote in 2012. 2013, before I had this, viral meningitis. And it was a song I wrote from the heart. It was about my journey in the music industry. We got so far, but, we got so near, but yet so far. And, eventually, like I said, everything fizzled out. And I started doing my own thing later on. So Can't Play Like This, I wrote the song. I made the beat. Basically produced the whole thing. Mixed. It was my first song that I had to mix and master. Just I came out of this very dark.
Well, we about to see it, bruh. Y'all want to see it? I want to see it. He's in London. I'm in USA, and we are live. We coming right back. This is piKE blaX. Can't Play Like This music video. Let's go, Grind City, GoLiveTv. I am not your average CEO. We'll be right back.
Okay, I gotta tell these people something. Honestly, top-notch entertainment, piKE blaX. Shout out, my man Avin. Yeah. Sky's the limit, they say, but think I'll go past if I may. Quite honestly, one day I've been on road wrong way. Now I'm on the highway, heading better days, and quite honestly deserve it. Most MCs are so inconsistent. I'm too consistent. Actually, should I say persistent? Cause last year I almost made it. Someone got backhanded. This year though, I've got a mixtape. No airtime, so I'm still persistent. Might grab a DJ's neck and twist it. Just play this one track one time, like instance, and trust me, there'll be more reloads than expected. Quite honestly, more like the shooting. I made you look, ain't nuts though, it's piKE blaX. Straight out, Southwest, my nigga. Yeah, I'm the best at this. Being a spitting or engineering beats. These MCs ain't insane. The lyrics so weak, don't piss me off. Get played like trombone. So delightful how the all sounding. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Can't lie, top-notch entertainment. It's piKE blaX, my nigga. You can't play like this. Some people tend to not know wrong from right. Yeah, we gotta do what we gotta do. But why do something stupid fool? Forgetting a moment or two. What goes around does come round and swiftly too. Yo, bit of hailstones and hailstones. Umbrellas not strong enough, winds be over rough. But hey, piKE ain't here to guide you dudes. So let me draw you a different perspective, fool. Poetically, I write this beat with injustice. The industry ain't doing me justice, but persistence keeps me a regular practice. Someday end up on top like big practice. Deep lines are how I reach, how I touch this black. These white kids flow forever, sit so crisp. Yo, leave these chicks all buzzed and bliss. Hope you got worth your money still, yeah. I'm the best at this. Being a spitting or engineering beats, these MCs ain't insane. The lyrics so weak, don't piss me off. Get played like trombone, so delightful. How the old sounding makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Can't lie, top-notch entertainment. piKE blaX, my nigga, you can't play like this. Weathered more storms than pirates, done and survived the dirty work, eating off my dirty work. Spotless trails, clear the name and still picked up a name. Yo, I'm piKE blaX, came from nothing, from illit to brightly streets. Now I'm setting new trend like a clothing line. Got eyes catching me, I'm watching them. Left, right, I'm focused, fully cautious, man. Clips pour, that's blood pours. Suddenly they got skin pores. They're trying this for. Don't they know I got the most breathtaking lines? Breathe new life to the British industry. It's only right that we are kings. F the three kings. Top-notch entertainment, going classic. Ain't nobody does it baddest. Me and my crew, we work this time to make the dough. I'm the best at this. Being a spitting or engineering beats, these MCs ain't insane. The lyrics so weak, don't piss me off. Get played like trombone, so delightful. How the old sounding makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Can't lie, top-notch entertainment. piKE blaX, my nigga, you can't play like this. I'm the best at this. Being a spitting or engineering beats, these MCs ain't insane. The lyrics so weak, don't piss me off. Get played like trombone, so delightful. How the old sounding makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Can't lie, top-notch entertainment. piKE blaX, my nigga, you can't play like this. Yeah, you know. Once again, shout out the whole Rockwell familiar. You know we do this. piKE blaX. Yeah.
And we are back. That was dope. All smooth in the video. Y'all see him all smooth? You ain't gotta be that smooth, brother. You all smooth in the video with your little posse around you. I see you, family. I see you shining. Now, what I noticed about your music when I listen to it is so positive. And in this era of music right now, probably for the last 15 to 20 years, it seems that we are kind of, thank you, Dora. We'll ask them that in a minute. I see you. Thank you. Kind of leaning towards, if we're the baddest dude or the baddest chick on the block, we got the best, music, and we'll kill you, and we're hard. How hard is it, or easy, depends on which way you look at it, is it to keep your music positive on a spectrum that requires people to think higher if they're going to listen to it?
Yeah. I'm basically a lover of conscious hip-hop myself. So I try to keep everything positive. And from my upbringing, where, I had a lot of teaching about honesty, about caring, about listening and helping. I think all the stuff that you hear, a lot of the stuff that you hear these days, to be honest, I'm not really. I don't listen to a lot of that. I only listen to mostly conscious hip hop. So because of what I've been through as well, I think there's a lot to talk about. People tend to turn a blind eye to what really matters. What do we need to change? The world is in a terrible place at the moment. So You don't have to be advertising and, shouting out gangs and, all that.
It's so beautiful that you say that, because you actually know what civil war really looks like.
Yeah.
We, again, spoiled Americans. We don't really know. We have a lot of things occur to us here, but we don't know what a full-blown run for your life, every day hide under a brick and try to find a piece of bread to eat life is, because there's a war going on right there where you live at. That's not one that you started.
Sure.
So I really salute you for being able to stay positive and keep your music on a vibration that's so high. It makes me feel good when I listen to it. We have a question from Daryl on Facebook. He said, how are you adjusting to the entrepreneurial aspect of building your music career? How are you adjusting to that? Because it is not easy to be an entrepreneur, right?
Absolutely. I accept, this is all sort of new for me. And, taking on music as a career, as something I wanted to do serious, all happened sort of after I had this meningitis thing. But I am learning, I work with people like Jarrell Pert, your friend at Double Gun Management, who's, teaching me music business. So I also studied, a bit of music business. I did a crash course before, just after I found myself and thought, this is what I wanted to do in 2018. So I did a music production and music business. Okay. I understand how hard it is, but this is me. This is what I've got. It's all I've got, and I'm absolutely 100% sure, that I will be going all the way. Music is not just something. It's not just. It's one amongst many other things that I have to do. Like, I talk about, you can hear it all in my music. Those are the things I care about most. What goes around us, positive thinking, and there are other things to do other than music, to instill that positivity and, sort of bring some sort of change. Because all this, you were talking about, the gangs and the music, talking about that. Yes, I've been through 3 coups. I've witnessed 3 coups when I was in Uganda, and nearly died on all 3 occasions. One was, too close, and that is when my sister fought. And it was so much in me, and she sort of, helped me. I find my way here. I've got family here, uncles and aunts. But entrepreneurship is a whole completely different thing.
It is a whole different beast, good brother.
Making music, so there's something.
We're the creative. It is not an easy transition to do the business aspect, because we're creators. So it's our imagination. It's our vibe is to create something. Then you got to stop and do a piece of paperwork. It is very fortunate that I call him Daryl. I know his name is Darrell. Hi, Darrell. I'm K-Bay. I rename everybody. Rick, you're the remix. Daryl remix. Anyway, but how important and how do I want to say this? What has Darrell brought to you, being a part of his management company? I know what he brought to me just by interviewing him and working with him and networking with him. But what has he brought to you, not just as an artist, not just as an entrepreneur, but as a man in this business?
Right. I've learned a lot in terms of listening, especially to people who know more than I do.
Yes.
And it's all about respect and honesty. You got to be honest with yourself first of all. Am I good enough for this? Is this what I want to do? And if you're passionate about something, then there are avenues, there are ways you can find to get to where you want to go. It's not about taking the piss or out of people. We all got to work together. It's about networking and growing together.
I'm gonna need you to say that one more time. Just say that one more again, bro. Say it again.
Got to network and grow together. And if you need help, there is help. That's why I found Jirel, because I knew the part was missing in my whole career. So it's one step at a time. Patience and hard work is, you got to give it your all. You got to be patient, and eventually you'll get there. That's how I want to take it.
Jarrell says he enjoys working with you. And, I can see why he enjoys working with you, because you seem so mellow. And so I like high energy. You got me all like, hey, people, it's all good.
Thank you.
See, hey, who's that little person back there? Who's that? They keep walking back there. Who is that? Tell them to come here. Come here, young person. They want to get seen. That's why they keep walking. Come over here, young person. Hey there. Hi, hey. How you doing? What's your name?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Put your face in the camera. Get in there. Let me see you. There you go. Oh, aren't you beautiful?
Yeah,
what you drinking? What's in the cup?
I'm just having some orange juice.
Oh, well, I need some in the USA. Send me some.
You want to post that?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my son. He's 10 years old. Xavier. He's my inspiration. He's the reason I had to get off my feet.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. I love children. I absolutely love children. My son is 29. That just tells you all those gray hairs are real. But I love children because they are our inspiration, right? We have to leave them the proper tools, right? And I believe this purely in my soul, that that music that we leave is a map, it's a blueprint, it's an instruction manual. We have to be very careful what we're instructing them to do in our music, because I don't make music for other people. I make it for myself and for my son and my grandson. So when my grandson listens to my music when he gets older, he'll be like, "Grandma was whack, but she didn't disrespect me."
I understand. Yes.
Yes. So we're gonna get into some more of your music, Mr. piKE. We have this song here called "Cannot Relate." What is this all about, sir?
Right. This first of all, I didn't make the instrumental for that track. I bought the instrumental off an American producer, KE, on the track. I don't know if you've heard of him. And I just fell in love with the song. You have to feel the song to know what you're going to talk about, what you're going to write about. It's got to come from there, from here. So this was during the time of, a lot of things were going on last year. We had the COVID, we had all demonstrations happening in London, the violence in Nigeria, a lot of things. And a lot of things is, the same things happen year in, year out, not just in the UK, but everywhere around the world. Same back home, civil wars and things like that.
Right. Misery, pain, suffering.
Yes, and things that the government, why are people demonstrating, I thought? There are a lot of issues that government doesn't ever seem to resolve. So Cannot Relate is actually talking about, it's about the government not understanding, what the citizens,
what they're putting us through, what they're doing to us.
We vote for them.
Yes.
Yeah. So, they have to listen to us, one or another. So it's all about issues that go on that we face every day. You know,
Let's get into it, bro. Let's let them hear what
Thank
you
you.
felt about the issues. This is Cannot Relate. piKE blaX. He's the man. He's in London. I'm in Grind City, PA, and we flexing on him. Let's go.
Shit.
Yeah. AAR music. piKE blaX. Shout out KE on the track. To all the fallen, may they rest in peace. Life ain't like it used to be without you here. Bad times as usual, but I'm striving to live. Despite the government be killing us, they cannot relate. To all the fallen, may they rest in peace. Life ain't like it used to be without you here. Bad times as usual, but I'm striving to live. Despite all governments be killing us, they cannot relate. They cannot relate to all the pain and the stress we go through every day of our lives. And speaking just for me, but for most groups, classes, minority. No jobs, no door, no benefits. No life, no hope, no joy. Think about the madness, majority living in poverty. So they hustle and tussle with odd jobs. Or like I said, with no jobs. Takes one to beat one, but can't beat nothing with no help. Like working overtime, no sign of promotion. More red tape than police tape in the system. And I'm not one to judge, but fact is we all humane, pretty much the same. Eat, sleep and excrete in the same way. So stop with the color codes. All it does is start hatred and so-called racism. Yeah, cause you're either homo sapien or something else. They cannot relate. They cannot relate. To all the fallen, may they rest in peace. Yeah, life ain't like it used to be without you here. Bad times as usual, but I'm striving to live. Despite the government be killing us, they cannot relate. To all the fallen, may they rest in peace. Life ain't like it used to be without you here. Bad times as usual, but I'm striving to live. Despite the governments be killing us, they cannot relate. Playing with people's lives, messing up people's pensions. Not to mention education, investments, the health sector. What we left with, high rates of crime or poverty. Ignorance, mortality, that's reality. This government needs to wake up, be the first to act tough and clamp down discrimination. A true downfall of any nation, a true cause of demonstrations. Still problems in today's world, many suffering from racial and gender issues. God please save this world from brutal and selfish governance, purely down to greed, you know, and self-indulgence. No wonder why we have so many agendas. Common sense surrendered, thus they cannot relate. They cannot relate. To all the fallen, may they rest in peace. Yeah. Life ain't like it used to be without you here. Bad times as usual, but I'm striving to live. Despite the government be killing us, they cannot relate. To all the fallen, may they rest in peace. Life ain't like it used to be without you here. Bad times as usual, but I'm striving to live. Despite all governments be killing us, they cannot relate. piKE blaX. May they rest in peace, yeah. Without you here, but I'm striving to live. Government be killing us, they cannot relate. No, no. May they rest in peace, yeah. Without you here, but I'm striving to live. They killing us, they cannot relate.
Better get with the city. Network Roku. Submit. If you got the hotness and you wanna be on TV. Submit. Hip hop, neo soul, reggae, smooth machine TV. Submit. We only play the best, cause we the best in indie TV. Submit. Y'all know who it is, reppin' PA Grind City TV. Submit. Grind City TV Network is taking music video submissions for rotation placement. Go to grindcitystudio@gmail.com. Send us your YouTube video URL and your artist name, and we'll get back at you. Airtime is also available for advertising. We're also taking submissions for new indie TV show series. Give K-Bay a call, 412-251-9620 for more information. Add us on Roku, Grind City TV Network. No Roku? See us on the net, grindcity.biz, and get the mobile app on Google Play. Submit. GoLiveTv, live from Grind City Studio and via satellite London. Well, my brother, this is my new friend now. We're friends now. Forget y'all. We are friends. piKE blaX. Now,
Absolutely.
I know that I have influences from different countries on my music, and I'm probably sure that you do from different countries. So let's start with America. I'm gonna throw about 3 names at you, and I want you to tell me how you feel about them as artists. All right, you ready?
Okay.
Let's start with Eminem.
Eminem, love him to bits. I think his second album was dope. He is a good lyricist. He's real. I think he's got a couple good songs. Talks about his life, and things like that. That really, listening to Eminem, made me think a lot about, talking, sharing my story as well. Hoping to, influence people with what I do, with the messages that I put out there. But all in all, I think he's been one of my top 3 of my rappers. To be honest, I don't care what anyone says, about Eminem.
This ain't popular opinion over here. This is your opinion. That's why I'm asking you. But it was interesting what you said because people influence us in different ways, and your music is completely contrary to something it seems that Eminem would make. Until you said what I feel is the connection is he encouraged you to tell your story, because that is what he does. Whether you like it, whether you like the way he tells it, he tells his story, and can't nobody tell your story better than you. So I definitely appreciate that comment.
Absolutely. I don't. It's not about talking about something that you're not. You gotta talk about. It's good to let people know. Share stories. And inspire other people. So yes, he's got a few tracks that are.
You said he had a couple good songs. I can't with you, bro.
He's the deal. Yeah.
All right, let's get to number 2. Jay-Z.
Absolutely my favorite. Love Jigga. Started listening to Jigga back in, early 2000s. I got influenced through, one of my cousins, and never stopped since. I think his music is great. I love, the way he thinks, the way he drops, he puts things down. I think he's top. You can't deny that. Jigga is top notch. Is real, and coming out recently talking about, very personal circumstances, events that happened. I thought that was brilliant. I love Jigga. Top 3.
I am.
I'm not say who's top or but top 3.
I can't say that I'm a Jigga Jay-Z fan of his music. I think his beat, the production, whoever does all of his production is fantastic. His delivery is dope. But I am more of a Jigga the businessman fan. This brother gets it. He gets it. He knows how to get that money. And he knows how to continually put himself in a position where no one else is. He is definitely a businessman. So that, if anything, influenced me from him was that you have to start seeing yourself as a business, not just I'm just an artist or I'm just this. I am a complete business. Everything about me should be marketable if that's what I'm chasing. Everything about me you're going to buy into. And I think that's what he did, and he mastered it. So I salute him for that. I got one more name for you, and this is my guy right here, Tupac.
Well, the greatest, man, the greatest. Real as can be. I mean, what more can I say? He talked about facts, lethal facts, whatever, love him. I can't say anymore. Albums, I got CDs, I got everything, I listen to him,
I totally agree. The thing that hurts me out of all three of them, he's the one that's gone, and he's the one we need the most.
Lives on. He lives on.
We need him. I miss him very much. I miss his music, but I do think that we've had our opportunities to create on a level as high. I mean, what he wanted to get out. We have had people who are trying to create on that level, and I think that you are one of those people that can create on that level to bring out the ills, the social ills, and then the social cures, because you can't just bring out the problem, right? We have to try to talk solution, right? That's our responsibility too, right? So that's what I hear when I listen to your music. We can listen to Cannot Relate and hear the problems, right? And then we can turn around and listen to another song and hear solution. So I definitely appreciate your music and appreciate you as an artist. There's somebody named Frank on there. Hi, Frank, and everybody else watching. Salute to you guys. Now, let's talk about underground influence, because I can name about 5 or 6 mainstream artists that influence me, and you say underground and I can name 20. I'm an underground head. I love underground music. So are there people around you that maybe that you haven't even worked with, but you've listened to their music and they've influenced you? And if so, who are they and how did they influence you?
I listen to in terms of UK music, I listen to a lot of the grime, UK grime, hip hop. I do. People like Kano, had an influence on me. Just worked his way. Started off, underground, performing in clubs and stuff like that. And he was an inspiration to me. I loved his music. On the grime side of people like Stormzy, I do listen to a lot of Stormzy's music. I also listen to people like P Money, who I kind of know, from back day. Listen to so yes, there is a lot of influence around, and I prefer, the old school sort of UK hip hop, Skinny Man and the version and stuff like that. I don't listen to a lot of the new stuff. Apart from Rich 32, he's a big inspiration to me. He's real. He's sort of I sort of see, I hear him.
Yeah.
I hear him.
Yeah.
So Rich is a big influence to me, and like I said, Money as well. So yeah, underground music is where it all starts. You got to come from the underground up. Not too. I'm not very up to date, with what's going on, at the moment.
Don't worry, brother. I ain't either.
That's
why we're old nerds, bro. Put on your glasses. Be an old nerd with me. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about songwriting, because you have some awards from songwriting, and I want you, I trust that you can explain to some of our viewers the difference between being a songwriter and an artist, because there is a difference, and there is a difference on how you get paid. So let's start off with, what is the difference between being an artist and a songwriter?
Right. An artist is basically someone who delivers the message. Someone who, you might be a songwriter and an artist at the same time. A songwriter really writes the song, the music, the lyrical content, fills the music right from the scratch to the very end. of the songwriting, and this could involve being in doing the production side of it. The songwriter sort of hears and feels melodies, whilst an artist is more, sort of someone who delivers the message.
So let's talk about the difference in pay between an artist and a songwriter, because I think a lot of artists should pay attention to what you're about to say. Let's talk about it. What's the difference in the pay between a songwriter and an artist?
Right, difference in pay. An artist, normally takes all the credit, for performing or delivering the song. The songwriter is more in the background, sort of thing. I don't think the pay is even. If I think the artist gets more of the ratings than the songwriter themselves. If you look at, for instance, yes, everything's changed now. You have to sort of give everyone the props. Whoever is, the making of a song has to be propped. So songwriters, I don't think get paid enough compared to the artists.
That's interesting, because I always thought it was the other way around.
I don't. In my opinion, I think it is the opposite of what you think. Kay. For example, you may write a song, and for an artist, for instance, someone else to perform that song.
Yeah.
Now, this person, has got the fan base, it's got the, it's probably signed, to a label after that because of the song and things like that. The songwriter sort of fades away, gets remember. Everybody tends to remember the artist who did the song, than they do the songwriter. So I don't think the songwriter gets more props. But to be honest, it is good to do both. If you can charge and
get both pay. Yeah, that I agree with you, my brother. Let's talk about the It's Not Okay. Now, this is fairly new for you. You did this last year, right?
Yes.
And this is kind of going into what you'll be doing in the future. What do you have coming out in conjunction with It's Not Okay?
Right. I've an announcement basically. I've got at the moment I'm working on a few projects. As of February, I got a small, artist development deal with Bentley Records. So that's running for a year. So I'm looking, I'm working on a few projects. I've actually got a single coming out on the 28th, which is next Wednesday. It's the first single, coming out on, through PR. So It's Not Okay was basically a song about what I went through for 4 years, because I nearly gave up on myself. It was so difficult for me. I didn't understand why, all this was happening. Things like it took a lot of effort. So It's Not Okay talks about that, and it talks about never giving up, which is, my core message to my audience. Always believe, there is a way out of the worst situation. So I decided to follow, the song up. It was my best performing track last year. So I thought I'd follow it up with a video, another video, music video, my second. So I
Let's get
believe
into the video. We're
Good
gonna get
talk.
into it. It's not okay. piKE
Fine.
blaX.
Thank
He's
you
in
so much.
London.
Cheers. Salute.
I'm in Pittsburgh, Grand City, PA. This is how we get down. GoLiveTv. It's not okay. Check out the video. Let us know what you think.
Yeah. You know, life is funny. It's like every time I move forward, 2 steps back. Like a gush of wind or something. It's not okay though. Music. Dealing with a writer's block this minute, so I fill up the spaces, freestyles, athletes, a give and take of letters of words and sentences, from patchwork to artwork to classics like Rembrandt's. Same goes to EPs to albums just like this. Right now I'm feeling restless. My pain though ignites me, drives me to push a bit more before retiring. So I write and I spit so ugly. Please excuse me, I'm fighting. Need the space, the zone to do this wisely. Concentration being my key precisely. Cause pain is beautiful if you try not let it win over you. And I know it's not easy when your pain is eternal. Deep down I was losing it too. It's not okay when you're living like this. Thinking how do I get out of this? Think again, find your innermost skill with the pain and the anger within. Glad to know that I'm able by music, making more connections than my body that's useless. Guts and glory, yeah, I know how to use that. You best believe that I don't care what you think, keep doing my thing. It's not okay when you're living like this. Thinking how do I get out of this? Think again, find your innermost skill with the pain and the anger within. Glad to know that I'm able by music, making more connections than my body that's useless. Guts and glory, yeah, I know how to use that. You best believe that I don't care what you think, keep doing my thing. Many a deja vu, whilst lying and slowly dying in ITU with the devil all over me. Had to somehow connect with God, telling him I see you. For a fortnight, maybe 2, I fought hard. Daily bro, nightly too, till he heard me, he got me through. The borrowed times I paid back, yeah, got paid too. Here I am now, rolling with time, working our hand, hours on end, trying to earn legit, live a better life as you know it. Hope you don't mind if I don't mind how you're spending your time. Plus I've got no time to be hearing you whine. Time is an essence, bro, and lost time is gone time. I'm just trying to keep up with time like a DHL flight. It's not okay when you're living like this. Thinking how do I get out of this? Think again, find your innermost skill with the pain and the anger within. Glad to know that I'm able by music, making more connections than my body that's useless. Guts and glory, yeah, I know how to use that. You best believe that I don't care what you think, keep doing my thing. It's not okay when you're living like this. Thinking how do I get out of this? Think again, find your innermost skill with the pain and the anger within. Glad to know that I'm able by music, making more connections than my body that's useless. Guts and glory, yeah, I know how to use that. You best believe that I don't care what you think, keep doing my thing. You know, life is funny. It's like every time I move forward, 2 steps back. Like a gush of wind or something. It's not okay though. Music.
Oh, you got the grind win around here. We don't play no game. Mr. piKE blaX. You make beautiful music. You guys can check his music videos out. They are in rotation on Grind City TV, Roku. So I just want to say thank you, first of all, for being just such an awesome guest to interview. So inspiring. You have a motto, and I love your motto, but you tell the people what your motto is.
Mhm.
Where'd you go? Did you hear me? He said my motto is to be quiet. Never give up, right? Like, it's your motto.
never give up. Never give up. Stay positive. Work hard. Be patient.
Yes.
Never give up on your dreams. That's all I can say. And positive thinking, people. I think we need a lot of that. And this is, to all my fans, thank you so much for supporting me over the last 2 years. Look out for more stuff coming up.
Everybody where they can find your music, where they can find you on social media. Give everybody the plug, man.
Absolutely. Shout out to everyone, the Rockwell family. Thank you so much to my partner, to my son. Thank you, Kay, for having me on the show. Thank you, Jirel,
Yes.
for everything, you've done last year. And last but not least, a big thank you to Bentley Records for giving me this opportunity. Artist development deal, 1 year. I hope to renew that. Keep pushing, keep firing. Thank you.
All right, hang in there, bro. I'm going to close this show out. Don't hang up. I'm just going to go to another screen here. That was phenomenal, as usual, because we don't have whack people on GoLiveTv. All the people we have are phenomenal beings because I'm a nerd, and nerds attract phenomenal beings, my good people. His motto is never give up hope and always believe you are especially gifted. I thought that was profound, and I want to make sure you guys know that. Never give up hope and always know that you are especially gifted because you are. And whatever it is you choose to do, positive things always rise to the top. The road may be a little harder. The hill might be a little steeper. But if you have enough courage to travel it, you are going to rise to the top, my good people. So I encourage you, stay on your journey, stay on your grind, and if you feel down, go get you some nerd classes like will make you feel like a superhero. I am not your ever CEO, K-Bay, and this is GoLiveTv from Grind City on Grind City TV. Roku, add us on Roku, Grind City TV Network. If you have a Roku TV or device, if not, just go to the website, www.grindcity.biz, unless you got one of these, Android, and you can just download the app. Download the app. Grind City TV, the app. Let's go. Oh, that's fun. Download the app. Grind City TV, the app. Download it on Google Play. It is free. My good people, we want you to see what we showing you. We will be back here next Sunday. I'm so excited. I got my man R.A.H. Raw. He is originally from Pittsburgh, but he is now down in Florida, and he is another phenomenal, eye-opening artist. We will be interviewing him via satellite. And then, my goodness, May 15th, live from Grind City, we got the Bridge the Gap open mic. The 40 Plus Club presents Bridge the Gap open mic. Everybody in this building is going to be over 40 except for the people performing. Because we want to give these young people an opportunity to tell us old heads what's really on their mind without disrespecting us. And I know they can do it. You guys will be able to watch it live on Grind City TV, Roku. Show starts at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time and ends at 8. Not a long show, but it's going to be a dope one. So we have about 5 seats left. If you want to be in the building, hit me up. GrindCity.biz. Leave me a message on Facebook. It's not hard. Just go to the Grind City TV Global Group. Drop me a message. Say, hey, K-Bay, I'm over 40, and I want to be at the show. And I'll say, all right, that's a go. I'll tell you how to get your GC entry code, because you can't get in here if you ain't got a GC entry code. Ain't no knocking on the door talking about, I'm here. You ain't got that code, you ain't getting in. But that's going to be dope. And then on May 22nd, they're going to come. I'm so excited. We got Keith Chandler and the Hit System coming from Jersey up to the Bird to get on this show. Now, y'all seen them on GoLiveTv via video, and they said that wasn't enough. They got to come be in the building. They want to rock the stage. So May 22nd, they're going to be live in the building. I got some free tickets for that. If you guys want to be in here and check them out, get at me, and we will make that ago. I gotta send a shout out to my complete and total network. All of you guys are doing your thing. I love you so much. Let's stay on the grind. Let's keep pushing because that is what we do. I am signing off. I am not your average CEO, K-Bay, and this is GoLiveTv from Grind City, baby.
KB come through, oh yes, I will wreck it. KB come through underground.